She was saying
Ain't gonna happen.
it ain't gonna happen.
Them niggas full of shit, bro. They're full of shit. They had plenty of chances. All they had to do was release something to the likeness of their old games, their old franchises. But no, they want to put Buff Dykes in the game. They want to put Buff Dykes in Last of Us. But uh, nigga, they turned Killzone into a fucking COD fucking story shooter, nigga. Killzone was never about that. It was about being in the fucking kill zone, nigga. Literally in the name. It was about being in the trenches. Fucking feeling the firepower of the weapon. Getting behind some big ass gun and killing some fucking space hell gas and shit. And blowing shit up, bro. And having good ass graphics. Like Killzone 2 blew me the fuck away. Blew me out of my socks, out of my pants when I turned this shit on my PS3, nigga. I was like, wow, this shit is amazing. Like, dude, literally, I can remember when I was a kid and I turned on Killzone 2. I literally, like, it fucked with my eyes. The level of just realism it had. Like, I was just glued to the screen, and whenever I looked away, reality didn't even look the same. That's how crazy it looked. The graphics were just blaring on my CRT TV screen, bro. And like, it was just something that was just so awesome, like, and I was like, wow, how could graphics get better than this? How could shit look any better than this? Whenever you shot the gun, you saw the muzzle flash. Shit was amazing. And most games don't even have muzzle flash technology like that, or a lighting system as fleshed out as that game anymore. It was truly a work of art. It was a piece of art. Like, they were just like, it was so stylized. It had its own style. It had its own atmosphere and feeling. It was like the graphics were poetry on the screen. But now games all look the same. You look at The Last of Us and you look at God of War, same graphical detail, same style of game, same style of art. It's the same shit, same sort of narrative. You know, you got a big ass nigga following a little ass kid somewhere around. But now in the second game, you know, you got the kid and is grown up. I theorize that in God of War, Kratos is gonna die, and you know the little kid's gonna grow up just like in Last of Us. Somebody gonna kill Kratos or something, and then they're gonna replace Kratos with the kid, just like they did in Last of Us, and that's just how it's gonna go. I mean, it's very unfortunate that there's just franchises are dying off like this, but man, Microsoft is absolutely killing it. They're pub stomping Sony. And I don't know what the fuck Sony's gonna do to answer back. Like, you can launch as many exclusives as you want, but you know, you have to finish those. Those are all studios that you have to allocate, you know, time towards those exclusives to finish, and those exclusives better be on point. They better be damn fucking good. You have Infamous 2. You know, you had Infamous 2, and then you had Infamous Second Son. Compare Infamous 2 to Infamous Second Son. Even though in Infamous Second Son, after I started playing the game more, you know, you would start getting more powers, and you would, you know, make your character more powerful and stuff, and you'd have different abilities that you'd be able to use. Even at a fully upgraded character, an upgraded character in Infamous Second Son, I felt I paled in comparison to my power level as I was with Cole McGrath. Cole McGrath literally could shoot fucking tornadoes out of his goddamn hands and fucking electrocute a whole block, dog, and kill them, and just smash a whole street up, dog. In Infamous Second Son, yeah, you can do that, but it's the same animation every single fucking time. You know, you run up into the fucking air, you turn into the damn Phoenix bitch from X-Men, and you fucking slam on the ground and you kill everybody on the block, but you don't even feel powerful. There's no, like, shockwave, there's no, explosions that happen that just make you feel crazy. You know, the damage, you look around and it's like, oh yeah, you have the shell and the carcass of like some cars there and little damage here and there, but it's like, okay, wow. Neither do I feel famous or do I feel infamous in the damn game. I can't make any like decision in that damn game that makes me feel sort of powerful, like I'm actually doing something that's gonna affect people's perceptions of me and make me feel like, you know, I'm the most evilest bastard in the world, or the most purest good bastard. You know, it's like the powers don't even reflect it that well, you know, like he has flaming powers, right? He has fire powers, he has light powers. The light powers are kind of weird. They're kind of sus, but whatever. I'll let it pass. We can do whatever. We can have light powers and everything, and we can have little wings so we can fly around, but it's like the enemies aren't even fun. In Infamous 2, nigga, you had aliens, you had all sorts of little organisms running around on you, and they had all sorts of powers themselves. And you had to adapt to their movements and their fighting style. And it was kind of a fucking it was kind of a battle, but it was crazy too, cause like, you know, as you leveled up, you know, they just turned to shit. Like you were able to just douse them. They even had custom levels in Infamous 2. That type of shit they would put behind a microtransaction these days. You can't even fucking do that, dude. You can't even do that these days without expecting a microtransaction. That shit was just, it was already in the game, a level editor. Then you had a simple DLC, little DLC skins that you could get. It was great. Man, but back to this Killzone shit, bro. What they did with Killzone Shadowfall was a crime. I don't care. Killzone Shadowfall is the worst Killzone ever released. Killzone 1 was amazing. Killzone 2 was phenomenal. Killzone 3 was like a continuation of Killzone 2, but it was still good. I mean, the story was a little weird, but, you know, I'll let it pass. It was great. All they had to do with Killzone Shadowfall was just continue off from where they left off of Killzone 3, which they did, but they kind of fucked up the story. And then also the graphics and the gunplay and the gameplay was just not at all what Killzone 2 was, or 3. You didn't feel heavy. You didn't feel like you had power. You didn't have no firepower. It was just fucking weak. I just felt like I was in Call of Duty or something. It wasn't even Call of Duty level of like gunplay. It was just like walking around doing little missions. It felt like Mirror's Edge with guns or something. They wanted me to fucking do stealth and like use little tools and stuff to hack into shit. And I mean, it's not broke. Don't fucking fix it. Make a different game, that sort of style. I could see they wanted to do something that like that, considering Guerrilla Games went on to make Horizon Zero Dawn. Which, okay. But then also, you have other franchises that Sony has just flushed down the toilet, like fucking Uncharted. I was addicted to the Uncharted 4 multiplayer. Why the hell did it only last 2 years? What the hell? Like, you just pulled the plug on the multiplayer and everybody had a strong community, sense of community on there. You had people making YouTube videos on it. Nigga, like, I would still be playing that shit to this day if they supported it and kept adding new maps and stuff. God damn, like, they just pulled the plug on that shit. And they, so I was like, okay, let me move on and try this Last of Us multiplayer. Got addicted to that. Guess what? They pulled the plug on that shit too. Last of Us 2 gets announced. I'm like, okay, let me pre-order Last of Us 2. I didn't pre-order it because they were talking about, oh, no multiplayer. Guess what? Multiplayer never came out for Last of Us 2, bro. One of the best multiplayers I've ever played was Last of Us multiplayer. It was so crazy. It was so innovative. Yet they flushed it down the toilet. Why? Why? Like, what the fuck? I don't want to play the story mode. I don't want to play as a buff dyke. If that's what you're trying to get at, can I play as a buff dyke in multiplayer, please? You don't want to add the multiplayer? Okay. Like, release a new franchise then. Release something. Like, at least let me play my older games. I can't play my older games because, one, my PS3's cracked now. Can't fucking use that. I have to get an older used PS3 if I want to play those. Or possibly an emulator. They don't even have an emulator or any form of backwards compatibility for their PS5. Their PS5. So it's like, okay, yeah, you could play PS4 games, but then what the hell is that? It's just a PS4 Pro 2, nigga. It's not even a PS5. Like, what the hell? Sony is dog shit. Ever since they moved their headquarters to America and they detached, you know, their traditional headquarters from Japan, bro, they've just lost their damn mind, bro. Like, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Who the hell is at Sony right now, bro? Who? Nigga, you got that nigga Phil Spencer, bro. he got the Infinity Gauntlet on their ass. Bro, like, oh my god. I just don't understand it. Shit. Like, we were discussing those, unreleased games. The Agent game. Why don't they pull that shit out the fucking hat? Make something new. Get a new experience. I mean, it's all good. Like, you can have these, classic games and stuff, but nobody's ever experienced those games that you canceled. Everybody wants to see those. Why don't you bring those? Like, it's just what the hell. You can't keep releasing Spider-Man games forever. We've had 2 Spider-Man games. One we played as a fucking we played with the swagger of a black teen, you know what I'm saying? Like we had the immense swagger of a black teen. And it was just okay, yeah, we got Spider-Man, we got all these other franchises that we have yet to see. They haven't released yet. Oh, and guess what? They had the audacity to raise the price for $10 on each game. What the hell? We already pay for online for PS Plus, and you give us shit games in that anyway. Why the hell do we gotta pay for games we actually want to play for $10 extra? I don't think Microsoft does that. We pay $60 for Microsoft games still. Yet these niggas at Sony think we should buy the same game for $10 extra. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, the fucks, niggas need to get with it. What you want to do? You want to make games or you want to make movies? You have a movie division. You make movies already. You make Spider-Man movies. You make some other movies. Like, nigga, we want to play games. We don't want to play no movie game. We want to play games, nigga. Make movies or games. Don't make both in one. I don't care for that. Most people don't care for that shit.